I'm gonna skip all the bullshit today, and I'm just gonna kind of jump right into it. I suppose with this one, what I'm really gonna be doing is having a targeted conversation about specific things that I've brought up in the past multiple times, again and again. You know, I've pleaded with these corrupt government officials in the background of my life that I want this technology out of my body. But more importantly, I think I'm going to go back in time a little bit and really divulge how this technology got into my body, because that's important to note. How illegal, how corrupt, how corrosive, how destructive it is to your soul. So let's go back in time a little bit. When I was in Fort Myers, I got illegally arrested. I was illegally incarcerated. Well, within this fucking secret government program that they threw me into, and I was in one before that and in the past, a multitude of them, mind control programs, all of them. This sounds like conspiracy, but it's really not. And it's really a lot of low-level corrupt government officials that conduct this type of behavior. It's repulsive. They're disgusting human beings. They should all burn. Like, in my opinion, they should all be put in prison. Like, they're just part of an underground criminal network. But let's go back in time. So for 72 hours, I think I went over this in the past, but for 72 hours, they stripped me naked and threw me in this shit-riddled cell. It was disgusting in there. It smelled like shit. There was shit all over the walls. It was disgusting. And at the same time that they do this, they also play a lot of psychological games. I'm not really going to touch on that. I feel like I have in the past, and I've done so in depth, and I'm just tired of talking about it. But after this 72 hours, they transported me to another portion of the jail. And then from there, shortly afterwards, they took me down to see some type of medical official. Again, another corrupt official. I would label her as a phlebotomist. But what she did was she gave me a shot. She gave me a shot without my permission, without my consent. And then they make you sign a piece of paperwork after they give you this shot. They don't tell you what this shot is, but I know now what this fucking shot was. So this shot is technology that is introduced into your vessel, into your body, that is created and produced by NIH. NIH is the National Institute of Health. So these programs and these creations that they make, this technology, would probably be classified above top secret because of the illegal nature of it, especially when it's introduced to someone who is unwilling and unknowingly subjected to it. Again, secret government programs, this is what they do. But it's important to note that this technology, one of the capabilities that these people can do, is they can access real-time health data and information about what's going on in your vessel, in your body, in real time. They can access this. So there are corrupt government officials that can access my health data from a fucking skiff. Paulina Luna knows this shit. You know, the thing about Paulina Luna is that she loves her a secret skiff. She loves it. She also loves attention. She's an attention whore. That's who she is. That's what she's about. She's about clout. She's about fame. So one thing that I do know about Paulina Luna is that she was in the Air Force for a very short period of time. I think it was like 4 years or something. I'm just going to go out here on a limb and say, and that's where she got good at sucking dick, you know, and talking really fast. You know, I don't have any proof of this, obviously. This is just up for conjecture, really, but it's just what I would assume about her. You know, she's got really good at sucking dick, and this is how she got so good at speaking. You know, a lot of pillow talk, probably, you know. But she seems like an extremely disloyal individual. She's a very corrupt, government officials. She doesn't fight for people within her district. But one thing that you should know about her is that she will openly speak about things that are in the news. You might have seen her recently, and she was advocating for a pardon for a Delta Force operator that was involved in, I don't know, some type of illegal betting thing, which I would agree with her on that. He deserves a pardon, but he also deserves his fucking money. Do you know how many corrupt government officials make money off of information and they don't pay the price? Fuck, they just gave Nancy Pelosi a fucking garden with her name on it. This is a corrupt former government official who has become a millionaire. And don't let Paulina Luna's mask fool you. She's out for clout, for fame. She wants to be rich. She wants money. She wants all the attention. That's what she's really about. When you rip that mask off and you see what's beneath the surface, it's disgusting, it's corrosive. I also listened to her say that people are morally bankrupt in Washington, D.C. Well, I would have to agree with you, Anna, on that one. But I hate to inform you of this, but you are one of those corrupt motherfuckers. You are morally bankrupt. You are morally decrepit. You are a corrupt government official. You like spying on American citizens from skiffs. Let me ask you something, Anna. And this is really a targeted question, but this is for you. Do you ever have that feeling within you that you're being watched? Do you think that everything that you speak about within these skiffs is truly private? Do you think that everything that you do in the dark is not seen? He sees everything. He sees everything. I walk with Yeshua, and I dwell under the protection of the Most High. You people don't faze me. You can watch me from your skiffs all day long. You can access my personal health data. You can even access my banking information, which I know is something that you fucking people love to do. You love to pocket watch. You love to watch what I spend my money on, which is hilarious to me. I could care less. I could truly fucking care less, because what I know in the future is that all of you are gonna burn. And Anna, I am going to make you a very special project. And this has nothing to do with my ego. This isn't even something that I want to waste my time on. You are a very low-level person to me. You mean absolutely nothing. You are this small. You don't take up any room. You don't. I just see you for the corrupt piece of garbage that you truly are. And I am the opposing force to that. And that is something that you should know. I'm going to take everything from you in the future. And what I mean by that, everything. What is everything to you? Everything to her is her career. And make no mistake, she talks about term limits, but she is a career politician. She's been in the game for quite some time. Fuck, I used to listen to her on radio stations talking to Mike Calta in my own district. She doesn't represent people from her own district. She doesn't stand up for people from her own district. But again, if it's in the news, if it's popular, she'll speak about it. And then she'll give her support or withdraw it. That's how she is. That's how she operates. She's a dirtbag. She runs a very incompetent operation within the district in Florida. And she's going to burn for it, and she's going to pay for it. A lot like Pam Bondi. So let's get into Pam Bondi, because I didn't want to do this. I didn't want to have targeted conversations, because they're rooted in negativity and they're rooted in darkness. But these people deserve to be burned. They deserved to be on public display for the world to see who they truly are. So Pam Bondi, and I made a video explaining all of this. And you know what I'm going to do is I'm going to pretty much make it again. But this is about Pam Bondi. So let me get my book here. And I wrote this down. It's funny because I wrote this down, some of this information, because I was looking for the proper legal terminology to really target and understand from a legal standpoint what she is truly guilty of, what Pam Bondi is guilty of. And this isn't up for debate. This is some shit that I know. This is something that I know that I'm telling you. So you're welcome. Again, she's a fanatical, right-wing political ideologue. I think the one thing and the targeted question that I came up with when I was using artificial intelligence to properly kind of break it down to me, because I don't have a law degree, and a lot of these words they're just bullshit to me. You know, they mean nothing. But I was looking for the proper terminology to use and explain what she's really guilty of. She is guilty of covering up crimes against humanity. So, if she is guilty of this, right? If she is found guilty of this, potentially it could be viewed as several serious offenses, depending on the facts: obstruction of justice, suppression or concealment of evidence, misconduct by a public official, and possibly aiding and abetting, or conspiracy if the Attorney General knowingly helped conceal the crimes. If the withheld information was material to a case, it could also implicate Brady-type disclosure violations, because prosecutors have a constitutional duty to disclose favorable material evidence. If the crimes were severe, if the underlying acts were truly crimes against humanity and the Attorney General knowingly covered them up, the conduct could also be described as participation in the unlawful cover-up, and in some settings, complicity in the underlying abuses. Whether it rises to criminal liability would depend on the person's knowledge, intent, duty to disclose, and whether there was an opening investigation or proceeding. It's so interesting, but these are the things that she is guilty of. So she has actively covered up the Epstein files. She has suppressed the JFK files, in which my original identity is within those files. She utilized DOJ agents as well as herself to perpetuate and conduct psychological warfare for personal gain. She utilized my intellectual property and my suffering as a means to multitudes of fraud and abuse, but only targeting enemies that align with her politically. She did the most. She did the most, and she deserves to suffer the consequences for what she has done, what she's been a part of, the level of corruption, the amount of suppression. I mean, it's so interesting to know that Paulina Luna always talks about transparency. Well, in the future, you're not going to have an option. Everything's going to be transparent. Everything's going to be transparent. All your failures, all your corruption, how you love these secret skiffs so much, spying on American citizens, spying on veterans that have given more to this country than you even fucking know of. You disgust me, Paulina Luna, and I'm going to destroy your career. And I'm going to take one from my man Denzel here. My only regret at the end of the day is that I'm only going to be able to do it one time. One time.